and gentlemen, welcome to this edition.
Especially on a big night like tonight at Hardcore Hell 2000.
First of all, everybody knows that Onyx is the superior black athlete, and nobody on Team NCW had the guts to wrestle him tonight, so they've brought in this nobody here for Onyx to embarrass and to humiliate. And you know, I'm so confident in you, Onyx. I'm going to go back to the back and get with Terry Knight for his title match and Eddie Golden for his title match. Since we've almost got all the titles, and obviously you don't need any help with this guy. I don't even know who he is or what he's doing here, but you're going to find out tonight exactly who Onyx is, because he's going to embarrass you and send you back to Tennessee where you belong. Take care of it.
Wrestling fans, welcome to this edition of Hardcore Hell 2000. Right here on home video. Steve Martin and Getz in here calling the action. And now look at this matchup right here as Steve Skyfire going to go up against Onyx.
We're starting things off with a bang at the third edition of Hardcore Hell. Onyx, with under the tutelage of Jeff G. Bailey, has looked very impressive in recent weeks, and we've seen Skyfire on several occasions in the last couple of months with some very impressive victories, and these two are going to tie it up right now.
There we go into the full Nelson, goes Skyfire, and I got to admit, Skyfire has really showed me something here of late. This guy can flat get it on inside that square circle, and the ladies love him here on Wildside. Now it's chain wrestling here into the hammerlock. Just going to scoop his leg out from under him, off the far rope with a cartwheel, and both men back up to the vertical base.
Back into a stalemate. Both men seem to be one step ahead of one another, knowing exactly what they're going to do and anticipating what their opponent's going to counter with and being prepared for that. And we've got an even match so far in the early moments.
And I'm going to give the devil his due. Let's not take nothing away from Onyx. You know, he was runner-up for Rookie of the Year in 1999. AJ Styles captured that title. And I tell you, Onyx is sure enough on fire here in the year 2000. Big shoulder smash by the big man known as Onyx. Onyx goes up and over. Skyfire with a big leapfrog, turns around. Nice drop kick into the chest of Skyfire.
And Onyx showboating, I don't know if that's the wisest move in the world. Gets up, playing to the crowd there, and here comes Skyfire.
He just jerked him off that top rope.
Jumped up, almost slipped, able to regain his composure. Only got a 2 count. Grabbed Onyx and threw him back from the top rope all the way to the mat. I'm excited about tonight, Steve. We got a fantastic card lined up.
Do we ever?
I don't have it in front of me. This is last week's lineup. My gopher is an idiot. I'm going to have to fire his ass. But we got some fantastic bouts. We've got tag team titles on the line. The New South taking on Bad Attitude. But as we heard earlier on, the big announcement, David Young is not here. It's going to be 2-on-1. Rick Michaels fighting for NCW, fighting for Cornelia, Georgia, taking on both members of the New South.
Well, I don't like those odds starting out with, you know, a 2-on-1 situation. And Rick Michaels, he's one hell of an athlete. But, you know, New South, they mean business. And the NWA is up one notch here at Hardcore Hell 2000. And this is the first matchup, Onyx and Skyfire. And Onyx, does this guy put together or what?
Oh, incredible physique. Former football player of Western Carolina University. Finds himself getting taken for the ride here in Wildside and down. And he landed right on his coccyx. And if you know anatomy, that's not a good place you want to land.
Skyfire is just an inventor of moves. This guy comes up with new stuff every time you see him. You never know where he's going to fly or what he's going to do. And this guy can move for a guy his size, around that 230 range.
Yeah, 230. He's got about a 20-pound weight advantage and a several-inch height advantage over Onyx. Yet I'd say both are equal as far as agility. So Skyfire may have the advantage this time, but Onyx has the undefined in Jeff G. Bailey. Oh, Skyfire with a big splash off the top rope. Comes down on Onyx in that stage setup. You see the chairs and tables set up. That's for the main event tonight, the cage match. Chairs and tables legal as JC Dazz and my man Super Cool Scottie Wrenn finally settle the score. Onyx a little slow getting back to his feet. Takes his do-rag off.
Yeah, let's talk about that matchup. I can't wait till that because Scottie Wrenn's going to be trapped and he can't run. And neither can you for that matter. You're going to have to stand there and see your man get his rear end kicked.
Yeah, that thing's a little backward there. It's Dazz who's needs to be worried and needs to be very afraid right now because we're fixing to hurt him like he has never been hurt before.
Skyfire.
Skyfire doing the Macarena moonsault.
Here we go, going for the cover, and we got two. No, Onyx out at the last second. You can't get a closer count than that. And also, Onyx played Canadian Football League, so he's been to the pros in more sport than just pro wrestling.
Yeah, but Canada's just a bunch of sissies. That really doesn't count.
Well, you know, Canada is known for old school wrestling, we'll call it.
I'll tell you one place I know Onyx won't be, and that's the XFL, that's for sure.
And look at Skyfire up top here in a world of trouble.
32 years of talking that way, and he's only 27 years old.
Go figure that. And let me say this. I noticed you got on your time for a beer watch.
Oh, I love this. My time for a beer watch. You know what? I bought two.
Just like that redneck said. I bought two.
That's a great commercial, everyone. Time for a beer. Oh! Wow, did you see him twist in midair like that? Twist him over?
Corkscrew suplex right here on Wildside. And like I said, Skyfire, the inventor of moves. This guy's incredible. It really is.
Tell you, each and every week we see something new here in the NCW arena, but now it took its toll on Skyfire. Both men slow getting back up to their feet. I say whoever gets up first is going to win. Onyx wins. 1 minute left.
This thing's going to go down to a time limit draw if one of these athletes don't get something going in a hurry.
Onyx is going to finish him off right here. I smell it.
Onyx going up top.
You. I smell something.
It must be good. Here we go. Skyfire turns around, and he's caught.
Oh, no!
Oh! Two, and that's three. No!
Onyx kicked out at 2 3/4. 30 seconds left. Onyx going for a top rope Frankenstein. Skyfire caught him, took him down with a powerbomb, only got a 2 count.
That was incredible, I guess. I don't miss it much, but I tell you one thing, that fooled me right there. I just knew he had it beat. As he drops him down, face first. No, one more time. Onyx is showing why he is runner-up Rookie of the Year on Wildside.
Without a doubt, Onyx getting better each and every week, but he's going to need to pull out a victory here.
All right. Crisscross. Handspring elbow. Man.
That's it.
It's over.
Onyx could have had him. Onyx has his hand draped over Skyfire's stomach. The ref was counting. The ref was slow. Onyx should have won.
Time limit draw right here at Hardcore Hell 2000. Al Getz. All hell's about to break loose in the following segment.
I'm telling you, this was a little warm-up. This was a great action-packed, high-flying bout. But coming up, the rest of the card is nothing but grudge matches.
Stranger to the NCW arena, Romeo Bliss. Romeo, I see that you've got on your boots, you've got on the knee pads, you've got on the trunks, but quite frankly, and I don't know if my boss had anything to do with it or not, but you're not booked on Hardcore Hell 2000. Tim Dix, I'm sorry, Romeo Bliss is not booked for this card this evening. He does not have interview time now. Check your run sheet. Romeo, sorry you wasted your time. See you later.
Bill Behrens, the next time you stick your big fat Jewish nose in my business, I'm gonna stick my foot so deep in you, your breath's gonna smell like shoe polish. I'm sick and damn tired of giving my heart and soul to NCW and getting crapped on every time I've done it. And I wanna make one thing straight. I'm NCW I, Romeo Bliss, first. I, Romeo Bliss, then NCW. And Romeo Bliss has always been loyal. Now I've got one thing to say. Rick, tonight, if you need a partner, Daddy, and you swallow, you son of a bitch. If you need a partner, Daddy, I'll be that man. I'm so pretty.
Hardcore Hell continues right after this. Wrestling fans, this next contest on the Wildside is for the NCW United States Heavyweight Championship. First Blood rules. Introducing first, the challenger. From Johnson City, Tennessee, weighing 240 pounds, Jesse Taylor! Are you ready? And now, fans, introducing his opponent. Accompanied to ringside by the delicious Kandi and Jeff G. Bailey. From Virginia Beach, Virginia, weighing 234 pounds, he is the current reigning NCW United States Heavyweight Champion, Terry Knight!
Talking about starting off with a bang out, Getz. I tell you, these guys right here are going at it before the bell even rings, and this is Terry Knight, Jesse Taylor, first blood match right here at Hardcore Hell 2000.
With the U.S. title on the line, Jesse Taylor, the loser, against Terry Knight.
4 months in a row, this guy has lost every match. Terry Knight, the U.S. champion. And Jesse Taylor better get something going here tonight, or his career could be possibly over.
What I want to know is how come Jesse Taylor's lost 27 matches in a row, and he gets a title shot at Hardcore Hell. Meanwhile, super cool Scottie Wrenn has only lost 1 match in the last 6.5 months, and we can't even get a title shot. This is ridiculous. I'm going to talk to Bill Behrens because we deserve a title shot, not a loser like JT.
I can answer that question. You're too busy chasing JC Dazz.
Well, we're not going to be chasing him anymore after tonight because after the cage match, his career is going to be over, and we want some title shots.
Here we go.
Big boot by Terry Knight.
Terry Knight's one hell of an athlete. This guy right here can flat get it on inside the square circle. And also, too, 10-year veteran as he goes to the top rope here. And don't forget the lovely Kandi at ringside.
I like how they're almost a little bit color coordinated there. Terry and Kandi both with the red and black. It's a nice little look for that couple.
Yeah, she's definitely looking delicious tonight. Here we go. My God, Terry Knight with a big super bike drop, we'll call it. Big knee to the side of the head, and Jesse Taylor got something going here.
Well, Jesse pulling out some new moves in this desperate attempt to actually score a victory over somebody worth a damn here. You know what? This is. I asked my gopher Chet to bring me the lineup here between the last matches. He didn't bring it to me. He brought me something else, and this brings up a point. This is the reserve seating list for tonight's event, and I see all this money here. Mike Chafin here spent $80 on tickets. Larry Goodman, some geek, spent $30 on tickets. I see Sign Guys $100, Chad Del Vecchio $40. How come I don't see any of this money, Steve? Well, you guys are making a killing here. We ain't getting a fraction of this money.
It's called
we're the main event.
Bill Behrens, a top one. And shall I go any further? Your buddy. But see, you're never going to see it that way because you're kissing Bill Behrens' ass to get a break.
No. See, I heard Ray in the back talking about getting a new mat for the ring. I heard you guys talking about all this new cordless mics. That's where this money's going. Bill would never do that to me.
Well, I will say this in defense of the staff here at NCW. It costs a hell of a lot of money to run this group. And that's just the bottom line. Here we go for the ride. Just a fist at the top of the head on Terry Knight.
We're only in the second match, and the crowd is already chanting, "We want blood," and they're going to get it because this is a first blood match. The first wrestler to bleed.
Jeff Bailey just run out of the arena for some reason.
I don't know where he went. Who knows? Some of these other wrestlers may have started a brawl in the back. You can never tell. I mean, the tension is so thick in the dressing room. It's incredible.
You know what I love about this?
Belly's back.
Kandi is NWA on the way with Jeff G. Bailey, but yet she's got on NCW colors. Go figure that. Terry Knight trying to get something going here on Jesse Taylor, and these guys right here are tit for tat, about even here.
But you notice the majority of the blows they're landing against one another are to the head, which is a smart move because that's the easiest place to bust open.
Here we go. Jesse Taylor going to put his hand into that turnbuckle as Terry Knight is dazed, needless to say, about out on his feet.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. He could beat this guy to a pulp and knock him unconscious. It doesn't matter. He has to draw blood.
And that's why he's working over the forehead, as Al said earlier. You know, usually that would be a clothesline right into the throat area to try to cut the air off. And he's just going for that forehead to try to bust him open.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do to win a first blood match. Title on the line. Is he biting him?
Well, desperate measures here being taken by Terry Knight. And this U.S. title means a whole lot of money and a whole lot of prestige because, you know, on 160 stations in over 100 cities, it's absolutely amazing how big this television show is. So, needless to say.
How are we on 160 stations in 100 cities? Was there one city that we're on 60 channels?
Well, there's like one city that's 3 different stations carried in that one city. So, you know.
Probably that Jasper, Indiana place.
Yeah, your fan favorite. Here we go, Terry Knight going up top. Jesse Taylor in trouble here as Jeff G. Bailey looks on. Terry Knight perched on that top rope. And he's caught. Smacks the ears.
Taylor was going for the belly-to-belly. That's his finishing move. We've seen him beat countless wrestlers. Oh, instead gets dropped face first on the top turnbuckle.
Taylor is going to have to get something going here. I'm telling you, his career is possibly on the line here because if he loses this match, it could be over, Al.
Well, you might as well get rid of him if he loses this match.
What's going on here? We got some kind of block into play here off the far rope.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what that was, but
I heard the impact.
Kandi's purse, and Lord only knows what that's loaded with. Money, probably.
My phone number's in there. I gave it to her.
You wish.
Well, you know, we want to talk strategy.
Yeah, the question is, did she call you back?
Sure, all the time. What's her name again?
Working over the forehead of Jesse Taylor. Jimmy Rivers in being the official for this matchup, straight from the NWA, I might add.
Senior official for the oldest sanctioning governing body in professional wrestling. Dodge, Patrick Smith, Stanislav Sabitska, Lou Fez, all that crap. NWA.
And Al, the funny thing is my senior official named Jamie Tucker went to WCW. So go figure.
Desperate men do desperate things.
And here we go. Terry Knight for the ride. Hard into that turnbuckle.
Oh.
Man, you're talking about velocity. He had it. He was going 90 miles an hour on that one as he scooped up with a big slam. Jesse Taylor off that far rope. Drops the knee.
Again, see, you notice where someone would have dropped an elbow to the throat. Instead, he's going right to that forehead, trying to draw blood.
Jesse Taylor working over Terry Knight, and I hope the fans understand this is the first blood match, and it's all on the line for the U.S. title, which is the second belt in the Wildside territory.
Yeah, it's the second most prestigious title here in Wildside, and the Wildside heavyweight title will be up for grabs later tonight as another one of Bailey's men, Ruckus, defends that title against Stone Mountain. Plus, he has the chance to win the trifecta as Eddie Golden, who has physical possession of the TV title, tries to take it from AJ Styles.
I'll tell you something that frustrates me, Al. It always seems like the so-called good guys are outnumbered. I mean, look out here. You got Kandi, you got Jeff G. Bailey at ringside. How come Terry Knight can't come out here on his own and just get this thing done by himself?
Well, hey, where's Team NCW? You guys talk about unity, how you're all together, yada, yada, yada. I don't see anyone from Team NCW out here helping JT. Because you're all busy, you're all trying to stab one another in the back, trying to get calls from Jim Ross to do dark matches.
Well, I will say there's a lot of friction in the dressing room here of late. And it seems like to me the NWA is maybe sticking together a little bit better, but at the same time, thieves among thieves, it will come to an end, I promise you that.
No, it won't, because we all have a common goal in mind, and that's to take this promotion over. And we all know that if that happens, it will benefit each and every one of us.
Here we go into that guardrail one more time, and I mean hard into that guardrail.
That might have busted him open right there. Breaking the count, although that doesn't matter. You can't get counted out at the first blood match. The first blood match, Hardcore Hell.
Hardcore Hell 2000 coming from the NCW Arena right here in Cornelia, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. TV tapings held the first and third Saturday of every month. Here we go, hard close line.
And for reservations or more information, 706-776-2313.
Thank you, Al. Nice leg drop by Jesse.
Chad Del Vecchio will call in and reserve some seats for the next taping.
You know, I'll say this in your defense. You know, I seem to get along with you a lot better than Bailey. Bailey's always got his nose stuck in my business, and you seem to, worry about Scottie Wrenn where you need to be.
Exactly, and that's, me and Bailey, we're good friends. We're chums. We went to see Beyond the Mat together, but, when it comes to an analysis of each of our managerial skills, obviously I'm much better than him. He's got his eggs in too many baskets.
Like I said, fans, thieves among thieves here on Wildside. Don't trust either one of them.
Well, I don't trust him. I'm friends with him, but I wouldn't trust him.
He's going to rub his head into that canvas to try to open him up.
That's good.
Strange matchup. These first blood matchups are a little strange indeed because, both men are battling for blood, and so it tends to bring out the more violence in each other.
Well, and sometimes it's harder with these stipulation matches because the wrestlers are so used to trying to pin their opponent, and in this match, pinfalls don't count. Now JT up top.
Nice elbow drop. And I mean from the top rope.
Great elevation by Jesse Taylor, the crowd favorite here. Formerly in the camp of Jeff G. Bailey, but after he kept losing matches, Bailey dumped him and kicked him to the curb.
That's not true. A lot of good that did him, by the way. Jesse Taylor, I tried to talk to him backstage and told him not to align himself with Bailey, and he learned the hard way. Nice reverse neck breaker, almost a Russian leg sweep.
It's amazing what these wrestlers will come up with and what they'll do in order to gain a victory here in Wildside, because with every loss, you have to realize there are 7 wrestlers backstage right now that aren't even booked on this card. Both men over the top rope down to the floor. There are so many people trying to get in NCW, trying to get matches, trying to get on television. And if you lose a couple matches in a row, you might find yourself out of a job.
I agree 100%. Here we go with
He's got the belt
title. He ducks, turns around, boots to the midsection.
Oh, no!
Into the head. My God! He just cold cocked him with that U.S. title out, and Terry Knight might be out. And let's see if he's open. That's the question.
I can't see from our vantage point. I don't know if our cameraman has a good shot of it. Inside, Jesse Taylor getting a little antsy. Jimmy Rivers holding him back.
I don't know what the deal is here. Oh, come on. He's busted wide open, and Jeff G. Bailey's going to wipe him up like a doctor would at the hospital. Come on.
Well, hey, if Jesse Taylor would stop jumping up and down and distracting the referee, we could have seen him.
He's been doctored now. And the NWA officials not seeing any of this. And here comes Bailey from the backside. To the head.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
He cold-cocked him in the head, and Bailey is pulling out some kind. Oh, come! I have seen that. He's got ketchup. He's going to roll out. I don't know what monitor you're looking at, Steve. That vicious. Oh, that's it. It's over. In the history of pro wrestling, I have never seen ketchup used. This is new to me, fans.
Everything but the kitchen sink, everything but ketchup. I don't know, but what I do know, Kory retains the title.
I have seen everything now. He's not busted open. That's ketchup. That right there is a cheating liar named Jeff G. Bailey. Wrestling fans, don't go anywhere. Steve Martin and our guests shall return with another edition of Wildside.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is for the NCW Television Championship. The rules are simple. The belt is suspended over the top of the ring. The man who can get it to the mat will be the champion. Introducing first, from Dyersburg, Tennessee, weighing 217 pounds, accompanied to ringside by Jeff G. Bailey, 24-karat Eddie Golden. Jeff G. Bailey, it's up there.
AJ Styles, tonight, that belt, which is rightfully mine, is coming back, because 24-karat Eddie Golden is going to send you back to what you doing best, cheerleading for your little lover Chance Williams and hustling down in front of the ramrod and the mine shaft.
And now introducing his opponent. From Atlanta, Georgia, he is the current NCW Rookie of the Year. And he is the current reigning NCW Television Champion, AJ Styles.
Since I know you're such good friends with Jesse Taylor, after Eddie Golden embarrasses you and wins that TV title, the first thing we're going to do is give your friend Jesse Taylor the first title shot. Is that okay with you, Eddie? We'll give Jesse a title shot. How about that?
Wrestling fans, you want to talk about a class act. You want to talk about an athlete.
Yeah,
AJ
Bailey
Styles.
is a class act. I gotta say, Bailey is a class act. Offering to give Jesse Taylor the first title shot, even though Jesse Taylor has lost 28 matches in a row.
And I'm not going to take anything away from Ed Golden, the wrestling technician, 24-karat Ed Golden. As he scoops up AJ Styles, he goes over the backside, big, hard shoulder smash, up and over off the far rope with a leapfrog and a spinning wheel kick right in the mouth. Turns around, nice arm drag takeover into the arm bar.
And holds it, too. That's sign of growth. That sign of development in AJ Styles, Rookie of the Year, entering his second year as a pro. Trained right here at the NCW Arena by the chosen one, Rick Michaels. Now fighting the crafty veteran Eddie Golden for the Wildside GB title.
Nice Hurricane Rana as Golden lands up. Oh, man, elbow in the mouth. He has scouted that move. I guess he was going for the moonsault off the chest, it looked like to me, and Ed Golden had spotted that. Into the turnbuckle, lands on that second rope, turns around. He's caught.
Oh, he's going to turn around and do a splash. Golden was able to see it coming and yanked the neck down, took him down to the diamond cutter. And now Golden looks like he's going for the ladder. He'll get that belt.
And that was nice, and notice the belt hanging high above the ring as the ladder comes into play, and the object of this match, obviously, is to climb up and get the belt, and whoever gets it is going to be TV champion right here. Oh, Hardcore Hell 2000.
Oh, Golden yakking with the fans, and AJ Styles through the baseball slide knocks the ladder right in to Eddie Golden.
And this is going to be one wild matchup as an 8-foot steel ladder has come into play. Oh, brings him over on the ladder. And Golden in trouble here early. And Styles is a high flyer, and what I hear is Ed Golden's scared of heights. That's the rumor in the dressing room.
No, that's not true at all. AJ now going up for the belt. This could be it right here.
Here it comes Golden. He's going to cut him off, and both men are going up. Drops him on the back of his head with another diamond cutter.
Takes him down, and now Golden going to go up to the top rope. I'll tell you what, Hardcore Hell, it's going to be the biggest event in history here in NCW. And you know who's got all the scoops behind the scenes? You know who it is.
Tim Dix.
Tim Dix, I tell you what, he's got it all covered. And coming up on the hotline, he's going to have the fallout from Hardcore Hell 2000, plus all the scoops from WrestleMania 2000. Call the hotline. Oh, Golden face first in that ladder. 1-900-950-0511. Oh, it's just, then enter the code 6291. It's just 99 cents a minute. Kids under 18, get your parents' permission before calling. For those of you that live in the metropolitan Atlanta area, just dial 511. And then 62911, 6291 for all the scoops. The NWA Wildside hotline, operated by that idiot Tim Dix.
And I've got a lot of stuff to cover here, I guess. You know, this was supposed to be the first time ever triple rope matchup. And what happened, the building was so full, our insurance company would not allow the ropes to be hanged due to injury to the fans. So you got to understand that. So what we did, we held the belt high, we put a ladder into play, and this is what AJ Styles wanted, and he got it because that thief, Eddie Golden, had stole the TV title earlier on television, and that's why it's hanging high above the ring here at Hardcore Hell 2000.
As I've said before, possession is 9/10 of the law, but after this match, possession will be 10/10 of the law, because whoever goes up to climbs that ladder and grabs that belt and takes physical possession of it will be the champ.
He's on that ladder as Golden is going to be teeter-tottered here.
Oh, no.
Over, and he splits the top rope. And you got to hate that. Or maybe love that. Here comes Bailey to the ringside area with a metal chair.
Hey, everything goes. Pinfalls don't count. You know, submissions don't count. It's just whoever gets up to that ladder first. By any means necessary.
AJ Styles fell about 8 feet, I would say. Or his head did anyway, as he was going for that TV title, and Golden just caught him in the back with that chair that Bailey brought to ringside.
Oh, look at that. Oh, he's stretching his lips out, stretching his eyes out. That was a great shot of AJ.
Bailey cannot keep his nose out of other people's business. I guess Golden is his business, but why do they have to cheat, Al?
Hey, win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Eddie Golden going to make his way up top to try to get that television title hanging high above the ring here at Hardcore Hell 2000 as Styles is coming back up.
Golden wore it out from all the battling back and forth that both men have been doing. They're both on the ladder, and both men fall off the ladder.
And both men are getting a little tired, I would say, at this point.
Now, what would happen if Bailey ran in and climbed up the ladder and grabbed the belt? Would he be the champ?
Well, it's according to Jimmy Rivers decided to see it or not. You know, the NWA official here, he's about a snake in the grass, too, as far as I'm concerned. And you know what? I have no proof on that. But I'll tell you this. I've seen some questionable calls, we'll say, by Jimmy Rivers. And here comes AJ Styles going to get a table.
Oh, no.
Out from under the ring.
Oh, no, he's got a table.
He sets it on the ring barricade and the ring apron, and the fans are loving this at Hardcore Hell 2000. Golden back up to the vertical base. And my God, he's going to try to suplex him through it. And he blocks it. He drops him on his head.
Thank God Eddie Golden able to block that suplex and hit AJ with one of his own, because there's no need for someone like Eddie Golden to have to go through a table.
AJ Styles He's going to hip toss him through the table.
And you know, this is the thing, Al, when you bring objects into play like this, it can backfire on you and cost you the match. I've said this time and time again, but you know, today's pro wrestling, they just put it all on the line, and let's say the toughest man wins. Without a doubt, you know, the better athlete's going to win. Well, sometimes not just the better athlete, but the smarter athlete. AJ now is giving up on the table, I guess, and is going to go back trying to get that belt.
He's called
for the ride.
He's dropped on his back by Golden. And both men, they know what's on the line here, as this television title means a whole lot of prestige and a whole lot of money, just like any title. But the fact is, that means you're the best on television.
And for Bailey, if he wins, if Golden wins, he gets the trifecta. He will hold all 3 singles titles here in Wildside.
And I agree 100%, Al, and you know that's what he's after, because he's a greedy man. He's not satisfied with anything but everything that this business has to offer, and if he has to steal it, he'll do it that way too.
Hey, you got to respect and admire someone like that, Jeff G. Bailey.
You would. Don't mean I have to, though. All the fans here at ringside. That's why they agree with me and not you guys.
Well, they don't know nothing.
Here we go as Golden picks up the ladder one more time. And Hardcore Hell 2000. It's all on the line. This is possibly one of the biggest shows of the year.
This isn't going to be pretty for AJ Styles. I think I know what's coming up.
This could be bad indeed. Here we go. Oh! And he's caught in the lower midsection is Eddie Golden.
He was coming off with that ladder, going to crush AJ's cranium, but AJ able to get out of the way at the last second, and Golden in big trouble.
He's going to drive his head into the mat, and I want you to listen to this crowd.
Unbelievable. Oh, no.
You cannot become a more fan favorite than my good friend, AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, without a doubt, the most popular athlete here in the NCW arena.
It's truly incredible.
Now we got 2 chairs and a ladder and a table set up on the outside.
And if I'm not mistaken, AJ Styles might be busted open. On the forehead area, it looks like Ray he had cut himself on that ladder or one of the metal chairs. And you're talking about a brutal matchup. We got one here.
Look at this. He's going to be setting both chairs up, and he's going to put the ladder on top of both of them. This can't be good.
Big kick to the rib cage area. Styles is battling for his life here.
Oh!
Him on that metal ladder.
Oh, we're not done yet. AJ's going to go up outside, up to the top rope.
Styles going up top as Eddie Golden is laid here. He's going for it all. Nobody
Oh!
Good God!
Went for a senton bomb. Eddie Golden moved out of the way, and the back of AJ's head and neck hit steel.
Al, I don't mind telling you, that's why I'm not an athlete. I just don't have that in me. And I know you don't either. I mean, to put your life on the line for a TV title, yes, it means that much to these athletes, but I'm telling you, they are putting it all on the line, including their life.
Referee Jimmy Rivers just got knocked down. Eddie Golden trying to swing that ladder around and hit AJ. AJ moved, and Jimmy Rivers got knocked down. Up top, here it is.
And he catches him with the big splash.
But that did just as much damage to him as it did to Eddie.
It's like I said before, I mean, you bring these weapons into play, and sure, I mean, you can do damage to your opponent, but you do damage to yourself also, and we still have the table laying over here on the ring apron and the ring barricade.
You notice, I think AJ might have split open one of his fingers, on his right hand. There seems to be a lot of blood there. Might have been from that last dive splash he did.
He's going up top one more time, and look at this snake in the grass named Jeff G. Bailey as he's coming into the ring, and Styles is going to win this thing as he's got the belt. He has the belt. And here he goes off through the table to the floor.
Bounced off the table and then landed on the floor. AJ Styles is out. Eddie Golden in the ring has the belt. Come on, JJ, get up.
Styles might be hurt as he's laying here on the hardwood floor. And Jeff G. Bailey has been busted wide open too. You're talking about a brutal matchup. I don't know how he got busted open, but somehow,
I have no idea. The blood spilled here in the NCW arena for Hardcore Hell has already exceeded our quota, and we got many matches yet to come. But Eddie Golden is the champ, and Jeff G. Bailey has it. He has the trifecta, all 3 singles champs here in NCW Wildside, now belong in the stable of Jeff G. Bailey, and with the tag team champs being held by the NWA, that means we have all the gold.
I'll say this, as much as that disgusts me, my concern at this point is AJ Styles. And Golden gonna set this table up one more time right here at Hardcore Hell 2000 as Styles is laying on this hardwood floor, and I mean almost motionless.
Well, he's doing these fans a favor. I mean, the table didn't get broken, so
there we go.
There's your fair-haired boy, AJ Styles now.
Totally uncalled for, Al. This makes me sick. I'm just fed up with it. They go out there and throw it through a table to the floor, and maybe I'm getting too personally involved in the situation, but I tell you, I'm not through with this situation with Jeff G. Bailey, and by God, it's going to come to a head at Hardcore Hell 2000.
Unbelievable security now checking on AJ Styles, the 1999 Rookie of the Year, 2-time and former Wildside television champion.
Styles is out. Wrestling fans, stay tuned. Hardcore Hell 2000 continues.
Fans standing by in the ring with the owner of NCW, Steve Martin. Steve, I know you got a very important announcement. A lot of things to talk about a situation right here tonight at Hardcore Hell.
Well, that's correct, Tim. I got a lot of announcements, as a matter of fact. And first of all, I want to welcome everybody here to Hardcore Hell 2000. Let's lift the roof! You know, I heard Jeff G. Bailey out here running his mouth as usual about the first guy he was going to give a title shot to was Jesse Taylor. Well, the way I see it is this. Since they screwed my good friend AJ Styles out of that TV title, I say tonight here at the NCW Arena, Eddie Golden's going to defend that television title against Jesse Taylor.
Well, they wanted it. I guess they'll get it.
And there's a lot of things that's going to take place here tonight, but one thing I'm a little bit concerned about is another good friend of mine, Rick Michaels of Bad Attitudes. Partner David Young is not here, and at this time, I want to call out the original chosen one himself, Rick Michaels.
Now, Steve, you did promise me you could try to control where I'm going to stand on this side, okay?
Rick, let me ask you a favor. Please do not harm the ring announcer, Tim Dix. He's on our side, believe it or not. And let me say this, Rick, I'm a little bit nervous about this situation. New South is in the building, and they are ready on the NWA side. And on our side, NCW, Rick Michaels' partner, David Young's not here. Are you going to go 2-on-1?
First and foremost, what 3 letters do I want to hear? I don't think that was loud enough to piss Bill Behrens off. One more time. Hey, Bill Behrens. Bill Behrens, you think that you've got the deck stacked against me in NCW? Well, brother, it was 2 months ago that I challenged your Yankee ass to bring whatever representative of the NWA that you wanted, and I would take this company back over me and David. Well, it's awful funny that David was supposed to fly in from Houston, Texas, and this is a shoot. I got off the phone with him 15 minutes ago. He's in Houston, Texas. You and that piece of shit signed guy Steve screwed him out of his ticket. Well, Bill Behrens, that's fine, because, brother, I've got an ace in the pocket, a man that's been coming out here and watching our back. who said that he'd watch my back, and that's Romeo Bliss.
Romeo Bliss.
Well, Tim Dix, I'm sure going to let this happen because Romeo Bliss can carry his way inside the squared circle. So it looks like to me it's going to be New South representing NWA and Romeo Bliss and Rick Michaels representing NCW.
Rick Michaels has alluded to being a third partner, so to speak, in Bad Attitude. Romeo Bliss?
You know, it's not that it's a third member of NCW. What it is that it's a brother in NCW. It's a family member that's going to stand up. He's going to the plate to bat. Bill Behrens, you bring the New South. Good night, mate. I hate your guts. And we're going to pin you to the mat. 1, 2, 3. And that banner is going back on that wall where it's supposed to be. Because attitude is everything.
And ours is bad, and I'm so pretty.
Fans, a new bad attitude, an old bad attitude.
But what about the referee situation?
I got one more little comment here. Guys, if y'all can come back in. You know, we're not one to stack the deck around here, but since this is my building, and Bill Behrens might own the television, but he doesn't make the rules inside the NCW arena. I say the NWA official, Jimmy Rivers, is out. And I got a little surprise for Rick, Romeo, and the fans here. Rick, he's an old friend of you and I. He was Yoshi Kwan in WCW. He was one half of the new breed in the NWA, and he is Wildside Chris Champion.
Chris Champion to be the referee. Ladies and gentlemen, in the NCW arena, Wildside Chris Champion.
Bill Behrens, New South, this is great. You see, it's not a big secret that I'm the biggest mark in this business. And I can say that I'm supposed to say nothing or this or that. I went on a tour of London with this man. I watched this man since '86 with a new breed. This brother was at my house last night. Brother Chris Champion, it's gonna be an honor to have you as this referee, brother. Bill Behrens, after this match, and you take your pants down and you go out with a sign, guys. NCW will reign supreme with Romeo Bliss and Chris Champion. Wildside, NCW, not NWA. It's gonna be NCW.
One more little comment here. That right there with New South and Bad Attitude is not even the main event. In the main event tonight, Scottie Wrenn takes on JC Dazz in a steel cage full of tables and chairs. Hardcore Hell 2000 is everything we thought it would be and more.
Wrestling fans, the following contest is for the Wildside Heavyweight Championship. I'd like to introduce first the manager of the Wildside Heavyweight Champion, Jeff G. Bailey. Jeff G. Bailey sporting a lot of the gold here on Wildside as he makes his way into the ring. And while I'm sure most of the people at home really don't care, it's obvious.
Shut up, Tim Dix. You know, I've proven time and time again that every word I speak is pure, and I am a shield for those who trust me. Chance Williams, the prophecy has come true. I have all the belts, and I want to let all my fans out here know that I am okay? So you don't have to worry, I'm fine. Now everybody knows that Stone Mountain is an absolute nobody. He's a big, fat, stupid, overgrown oaf that has no business in professional wrestling, and I personally have proven it time and time again. I ran him out of here once. Chance Williams, you can bring that 7-foot, 400-pound idiot back as many times as you want, and I guarantee you, every time he comes back, I'm going to run him right out that door, because in NCW, or after tonight, the glorious NWA, Jeff G. Bailey and Associates are like God. Now play his music. Tonight, I've given Ruckus the night off because Stone Mountain is no competition, and anybody in this building, including myself, could take Stone Mountain down. But tonight, one lucky man is going to get that opportunity. Come on out. Mark is going to defend the heavyweight title because Stone Mountain is no competition. That's right, Mark.
Wait a second, Jeff G. Bailey. Wait a second. Cut the music back there. Jeff G. Bailey, let me get this straight now so that everybody understands what's going on here. I don't know if the bump might be a little bit deep on your head there, but what you're saying is this. If Stone Mountain beats Marky Mark, he would be the Wildside heavyweight champion?
Absolutely. Stone Mountain doesn't have a chance in hell because he couldn't beat anybody in this crowd, let alone a great athlete like Mark E. Mark, just like his namesake, is such a great rapper and a great actor. He's a great wrestler, and he's going to prove it at the expense of Stone Mountain tonight.
Wrestling fans, let's now introduce his opponent. Standing nearly 7 feet tall and weighing 400 pounds. And tonight's challenger, he is Stone Mountain!
I guess I don't want to cut Stone Mountain's ring entrance short, but what the hell is going on here as Marky Mark is brought out here by Jeff G. Bailey, who has all the belts now in NCW and the NWA, and now Stone Mountain's going to face Marky Mark. He don't have a prayer.
Uh-oh. Well, Bailey said anyone can beat Stone Mountain. I kind of agree with him, so he sent Marky Mark in for this match.
Well, I don't agree, and I'm going to promise you this. I'll bet the farm that Stone Mountain is going to kill this kid.
Figures you'd have a farm, you redneck.
It's a figure of speech, Al. I live in a country.
Not in your case, it isn't.
There we go, Stone Mountain.
Oh, here it is. The two-handed choke slam, or he could be taking him into that powerbomb deal. There it is.
And it's over. You can count to 100.
Wait, Bailey motioning for somebody.
Here comes Terry Knight and Onyx and Eddie Golden. Stone Mountain's going to work over all three. This guy is absolutely huge. You got to see him in real life to understand how big this guy is. And he just drop kicked the knee and finally took him off his feet. And it took three to do it, Al.
There we go. Now they got him down. Finally got him down. They got the big man, Stone Mountain, down, kicking him out of the ring like he was yesterday's news. Oh, and the ref goes out.
Referee being thrown to the outside like a ragdoll, and Stone Mountain on the other side of the ring being held back by 20 security guards, it looks like. Maybe 10 in reality. I just don't understand this situation at all. Where is Ruckus?
I don't know.
He's question mark.
He's under contract to Bailey. That you'd have to ask him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you trying to tell me that Bailey left Ruckus at home because he wasn't going to face Stone Mountain?
Well, there's no need to. I mean, Ruckus is a much better athlete than Stone Mountain. It was a major mismatch. I don't care how big and tall the guy is. He's green as grass in the ring.
Well, wrestling fans, I'm stunned right here at Hardcore Hell 2000 as Jeff G. Bailey has conned us all one more time, and the Ruckus Stone Mountain match maybe to take place in the future.
He's got all 3 belts, but coming up, the big match, promotion versus promotion.
Right here at Hardcore Hell.
NCW versus NWA. If Bad Attitude, if Rick Michaels and Romeo win, the banner goes back up. NCW takes control. If the New South win, this is the NWA.
The battle of NCW and NWA. Introducing first, Team NWA. Accompanied to ringside by the Vice President of the National Wrestling Alliance, Mr. Bill Behrens. They are the current reigning NWA North American Tag Team Champions, Kory Williams, Ashley Hudson, the New South. Hudson, I'm from down under, he's from down yonder, and if we were any tougher, we'd rust.
One more time to see the measuring stick of tag team wrestling. You rednecks get the privilege to see one more time the creme de la creme of the NWA. You rednecks get the privilege one more time to see the NWA North American Tag Team Champions. And that is simply because we are the New South. Now, wait a minute. I couldn't help but be sitting in my dressing room, and I understand, Bill, you gotta make this right. I understand that highly regarded, highly decorated senior NWA official Jimmy Rivers is not gonna get to officiate this all-important match. Okay? So it means the NCW has handpicked their own referee and none other and none other than Wildside Chris Champion. Hell, I thought that guy was dead. I thought he went over the hill and his car broke down on the other side. He couldn't get back. But that's okay. You took care of David Young. We'll take care of Romeo Miss. And let me tell you something, White Velvet, this ain't Joe Pro Wrestling, boy. This is the NWA. So you come on out here, and you come on out here and proceed to get, and your mother swallows, so shut up. Now, you come on out here and continue to take an NWA ass whooping. Hey, look here. Bill, do me a favor. You see these boys right here? Do me a favor. Put something in their mouth because my zipper's stuck.
And finally, fans, now introducing their opponents and representing NCW. First, from Charleston, South Carolina, weighing 231 pounds, Romeo Bliss. And his tag team partner, one half of Bad Attitude. Town in Jacksonville, Florida, weighing 234 pounds, the original chosen one, Wrenn. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce the special referee for this contest as appointed by the owner of NCW, Steve Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Wildside Chris Champion.
Hey, Bill, you said earlier in the night you had a surprise for me. And David's not here, so I had surprise number one. But now, brother, for you and these two Mizarks, I got a big surprise. And for these pieces of shoes here, right up there, hit it for me.
Here we go, right here at Hardcore Hall 2000.
What's
the
that
NCW
banner
banner
doing?
has been led down by Rick Michaels. Due South going for a double backdrop, and they're going to power to the outside. Al Getz, all hell is broke loose at Hardcore Hell 2000.
I can't hear myself think. This crowd is going wild. This is the match, one of the matches we've been waiting for. Bad Attitude, Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss against the New South. Special referee, your buddy Chris Champion. We got an NCW banner that's not supposed to be here. This is out of control.
Chris Champion here to restore law and order because that thief in the night, Jimmy Rivers, can't call a match if he had glasses on. And here we go with New South and Bad Attitude. And look at this rollout Bill Behrens at ringside. And yes, he warned me about saying that on the air, but I've said it anyway.
What? He's their manager. He's the leader of the NWA Elite. He's the vice president of the NWA.
He's a mark for Jim Cornette. Let's call it like it is. I mean, come on, he's got a tennis racket at ringside. For God's sake, be original. That's what I tell all my NCW guys. At least be original.
Look, you're just getting carried away here. Bill Behrens Jim Cornette's the greatest manager of all time. There's definitely nothing wrong with looking up to someone like that. But we're ready to get it started up in the ring as Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss take on the New South. The Australian heartthrob, Ashley Hudson, in the ring, and his partner on the apron, Hot Chocolate, Kory Williams.
Let me say this too, Al. This match right here is worth the price of admission, but we got coming up after this in the main event in a 10-foot high steel cage match. Your man, Scottie Wrenn, going to take on JC Dazz, and you won't be running this time.
And not only is it a steel cage match, but chairs and tables are legal. But now remember, a few months ago, in a non-title match here on Wildside, Bad Attitude beat the New South. So they hold one victory over the New South. I'm sorry, that was a time limit draw. My mistake, that match went to a time limit draw, but they've proven that they can hold their own with the New South. But we'll see if the makeshift team of Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss can get the job done.
Al, you're getting a little choked up, aren't you? You're thinking about that steel cage and how you might be involved in that and maybe get your head raked across the outside of that steel cage by Jason.
Whoa, no one said anything about that to me.
Here we go. He's got to pull him out of that turnbuckle one more time. Drops the head into the lower midsection. And he's going to go over to the opposite corner, and Romeo's going to give him what for? And what a partner Romeo Bliss is. This guy right here, I couldn't ask for a better tag team partner for Rick Michaels than Romeo Bliss. He has showed his true colors, and they are red and black.
Well, Steve, I hate to brag it to you, but I heard earlier tonight when Romeo was in the ring doing an interview, what did he say? He said he was Romeo Bliss first, then he was NCW. You notice when you brought Chris Champion out here, Chris and Rick were all hugging, all buddy-buddy with you, talking on the microphone. Romeo Bliss walked over to the corner by himself. I smell a rat. I don't.
Surely not. Romeo Bliss.
If you think you can trust Romeo Bliss, then by all means go right ahead.
To the lower midsection of that knee.
I know something you don't.
Well, what does that mean, Al?
Nothing. Anyway, back to the match. Ashley Hudson here in the corner, trying to get back up to his feet after that low blow, which, look at that, Chris Champion hugging Rick Michaels after he saw that blatant low blow. You called up Wildside Chris Champion. I know he and Rick spent some time together over in England when they went overseas for that tour for NWA UK Hammerlock. And now you've brought in a blatantly biased official for this important matchup with the company, the pride of the company, and the name of the company on the line.
Are you saying I stacked the deck?
Yeah, you stacked the deck.
You're damn right I did. Here we go.
You know what?
Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss. And let me say this about Romeo. Yes, he was a low-life about 3 months ago, but he has showed me that he is NCW through and through, and I believe he's 100% NCW.
New South Behrens leaving. Yeah, but you know what? I remember about 7-8 months ago, Steve, you were saying the same exact thing about me, that I changed. And guess what? I fooled you. I had you in the palm of my hand. I set you up.
Well, I'm getting a little bit worried now since Al Getz reminded me of that incident as he turned his back on JC Dazz. And that shocked the world right here at the NCW Arena. But tonight, JC Dazz is going to have his revenge.
Oh, come on!
He's showing he's got authority here in the ring. Inside the squared circle, the law and order is Wildside Chris Champion.
Bill getting Chris Champion's face.
That's a bad idea.
Chris knows not to lay a hand on the VP of the NWA.
Yeah, it is a little bit frustrating with that rank he holds, and plus he's got me by the you-know-what with the syndication deal.
The what?
The NADS. Home video, we can say it. But, you know, that's why I brought Chris Champion in, because I know he's 100% behind me and Rick Michaels at NCW because he's a lifelong friend. I mean, I've known this guy ever since back in his day at WCW.
Chris Champion, a 13-year veteran of professional wrestling, wrestled for the NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions, as one half of the New Breed. Also formed a successful tag team out of the Florida area and throughout Memphis, Nashville, Tennessee as Wildside. And that's where he got the name Wildside Chris Champion. And here he is in Wildside. So if there's any question what side he's on, we know.
And Bill Behrens showing his frustration here at ringside. And Romeo Bliss has yet to be tagged in. And if I'm not mistaken, that goes for Ashley.
Well, Ashley started off the match, and now Kory's going to see his first legal action in the ring. You know what? I'm sorry. I was a little flustered earlier. See, my assistant, Chet, I told him to bring me some water. Instead, he brings me a Coke. You know, I'm trying to get in shape. I need lots of water. I don't like the sugar and caffeine in this Coke stuff. I'm all hopped up on caffeine now. That's why I'm going crazy.
There we go with a big shot to the side of the head. And New South.
There's one for Ashley Hudson, too.
Ashley Hudson inside the squared circle here. And Chris Champion going to let this thing go on.
Yeah, and Romeo's in the ring, too, and Champion doesn't even care. There we go.
Oh, hard into the head. Here comes Michaels with a big hard elbow. And Chris Champion is letting this thing go. Romeo Bliss with a knee to the chest.
This is ridiculous, Steve.
You know, Romeo says he's so pretty. We got a close 3 right there.
Yeah. Who's the mark in the ring if he's calling himself pretty?
And the fans are loving this matchup here at Hardcore Hell 2000.
I can't hear myself talk. We got headsets. I can't hear a word you're saying. These people are just going nuts.
It is noisy in here. That is the understatement of the year. And Rick Michaels, has he not become one of the top athletes here on Wildside, if not one of the top wrestlers in the United States? This guy is known everywhere we go, and he gets fan mail from literally all over the United States.
He doesn't get any from Jasper, Indiana, though.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you what, you've got in a bad attitude in the New South, you've got 2 teams that are ranked in the Woo Top 50. But now with this makeshift team of Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss, we'll see what happens.
Fans, I got to excuse myself if I'm coughing a little bit, but this pollen in the air is absolutely unbelievable here in the South.
That's why I love the clean, fresh, beautiful air we have up in New York City, unlike the smog and soot and filth you have here in Georgia.
Come on, Al.
I hate coming down here. Can't wait to get back up north.
Yeah, you're playing Lee's tonight.
April 26th, Leesport, Pennsylvania, the Leesport Family and Fun Center. Al Getz debuts with Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling. May 12th, Reading, Pennsylvania. April 14th, 15th, New Jersey. May 19th, 20th, Florida. I'm all over the place. What is this?
I guess I've never said they're not one of the top managers in the world. I mean, you manage some of the best talent they are, and Scottie Wrenn is right up there with any of these guys. But I'll tell you one thing.
I was looking at that dirt sheet you're selling out front, the NCW clothesline. Scottie Wrenn is the number 2 contender for the Wildside heavyweight title. We talked earlier, he's practically undefeated for the last 6 months. He hasn't gotten a title shot yet. I'll tell you, I'm going to talk to Bill Behrens, and I know he'll be in a good mood after this match because I know the New South's going to win, and we're going to get some title shots. Scottie Wrenn, we're going to prove he's one of the best because he's going to be holding some gold before too long.
And you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. Scottie Wrenn, one of the top athletes they are. Look at Chris Champion over here for this fast count. He's got one.
Oh, come on!
He's got... that's it. Man, that was a fast count.
Does he even have a referee's license?
Look at the referee uniform.
What referee uniform? Looks like the...
Oh, boy, we got 1, 2, though.
Hey, and Rick Michaels has done more schoolboys than Burt Prentice, so he knows that move.
Bill Behrens over here pitching a fit. And let me say this, I'm not going to take anything away from
He looks like the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. That's not a referee uniform. That's some sort of S&M stuff.
When Bill Behrens brought in New South, I was a little bit nervous because this is one of the top tag teams in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And they are here at Hardcore 2000 representing the good old NWA. Over 50 years of tradition. Have we not heard that enough?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you got a great team. You got Ashley Hudson from Australia, Kory Williams from Tennessee. A great team.
Have come here to whine, pound, and suck on Bill Behrens. But what we came to do is kick you two sissies' ass. Now stop whining and let's do it.
You got to agree with that. Rick Michaels saying he's here to take care of business, and they're over here whining and pouting. And we've got this fine official named Chris Champion in the ring. I mean, you know, the odds could not be more fair for NCW and NWA.
Yeah, no, for NCW.
Here we go. He's up and over, goes Michaels. Nice leapfrog, turns around, blocks the hip toss, follows it up with one of his own. Nice arm drag takeover by Michaels. Follows it up with a Japanese arm drag, and New South going to paddle to the outside. Here comes Ashley in with a big scoop slam by Romeo Bliss.
What's Romeo doing? He's not even illegal. Hey! Oh, come on. That was a fast count by Chris Champion.
It looks great to me. They're over here arguing about the count, but I thought it was fine.
No, it wasn't fine. Yeah, that's what he should do. See? This guy, Bill Behrens, has to tell him how to referee. Yes!
Well, he's got it.
Good.
And the match continues here at Hardcore Hell 2000 as all the marbles are on the line. And this is about colors. This is about pride. This is about a federation named NCW versus NWA. And I love the NCW banner here hanging at ringside. And yes, I had something to do with that.
The classic. Here we go. Here we go. Karen, come on.
We got one. We got two. Man, that was a fast count.
Oh, shut up.
Are we going to schoolboy one more time on Ashley Hudson?
Oh, man.
Chris Champion is showing his authority here at Hardcore Hell 2000. And New South going to paddle to the outside. He's got the boomerang into play. Disqualifying.
Why? He hasn't used it. He's just showing it to Chris.
And here he comes back out to the outside.
You know, you talk about the battle of NCW versus NWA. It's the classic David versus Goliath. You've got the NWA over 50 years recognized across the world. And then you got NCW recognized by a couple hundred people in Habersham County, Georgia. David versus Goliath all the way.
It is David versus Goliath, and I've said it time and time again. I had gone as far as I could, and that's why I brought the NWA aboard. I mean, they made the offer, and I accepted, and the next thing I know, Bill Behrens, the vice president, along with that Howard Brody guy, are trying to take over.
As well they should, because they're the ones responsible for it. But you know what? Unlike the real David versus Goliath, this time Goliath's going to win NW all the way.
And let me say this, too. Even Wild Magazine was siding with me on the issue of Bill Behrens sticking his nose where it doesn't belong because he is vice president. He's not a manager.
Well, first off, I wouldn't put any stock in anything written in that Wow magazine. That Bill Apter, he's a loon. He so desperately wants to be one of the boys.
Bill Apter's a fine individual.
He'll say whatever you tell him to.
Here we go.
You catch segments on TV, those things are horrible.
Here we go.
They should give me a segment.
Ashley Hudson going to send Romeo Bliss for the ride. This reverse out of that turnbuckle with a nice hip toss by Romeo Bliss. Nice arm drag takeover. Back up to the vertical base. An arm drag takeover on Kory Macklin. Going to turn around.
Kory Williams, not Kory Macklin. That's another guy. Going for the cover. 2.
My mistake. My bad.
Oh. Kory just backed into something you don't want to be backing up into. But Romeo Bliss, you know, he does all the talking and all the shucking and driving when it gets down to it in the ring. There's no denying his talent and his ability, but really he has very little experience. Oh, no.
Here we go as Romeo Bliss has the flag.
Oh, man.
You got to love that. Chris Champion in to break this situation up with this boomerang. He's trying to cheat. It's obvious to everybody.
Well, as I was saying before, Romeo Bliss does not have very much experience as a tag team wrestler, and the team of Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss has 0 experience. When you factor that in with the comments and the things that we've seen earlier tonight by Romeo, I smell trouble. All right.
Bill Behrens, the flag bearer here.
If these guys wanted to know, that's you're thinking of Jack Victory. Who? Flag bearer. Whatever happened to him? I haven't seen him with a reputable wrestling promotion since WCW.
Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss are definitely fan favorites here, and I believe the audience is pro NCW, and that's the understatement.
Gee, you think? How did you get that banner up there?
Well, I didn't hang it. I'll tell you that.
Well, now where are they going? That's it. Count them out.
I think they're going to leave, too.
Oh, no.
Rick Michaels and Romeo Bliss are going up top here. Kory Williams and Ashley Hudson are upset, needless to say.
Yeah, let's see. Ashley's telling Chris Champion he needs to count him out.
Kory Williams back in, along with Ashley Hudson, and the most honest official I've ever met.
I'm going to tell Jamie Tucker you said that.
Jamie, my boy, but he's on his way to WCW.
To step down.
In my opinion, the best official we ever had was Jamie Tucker. No offense to Jimmy Rivers, because he's one hell of a referee, but since he's aligned with the NWA, then, you know, he's been trouble since day one. Because he's in Behrens' pocket just like you are.
I can't fit in Behrens' pocket. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. From what I hear, that big lake house he's got, he must have pretty deep pockets.
Yeah, but they're filled with $100 bills, so, you know, there's no room in there. There we go. Ashley's got Romeo backed up. There we go. Good.
Finally, I believe we've got some wrestling going on here as the Irish whips across, up and up. Oh, he's caught in the back. Kory Williams caught him in the back with that flag.
Good. Oh, come on, turn around.
Big stomp to the chest by Ashley Hudson. And like I said, I'm not going to take anything away from these guys. I mean, they're hell of an athlete.
You're trying to take away the company from them. That's what you're trying to take away from them.
They've never had it. And they will not have it.
We will have it after tonight. There we go. There we go. Good, good, good. Yeah, hold them, Bill. Hold them.
Oh, come on, Behrens. 3-on-1 situation, and Chris Champion over here to break this situation up because he sees what's going on here. Cheating at his best.
Hey, they got a 5 count to break it up.
And that's exactly the reason I took Jimmy Rivers out of this matchup and put Chris Champion in, where he could call this matchup fair and square.
Kory Williams, trained by Sir Mo, formerly of Men on a Mission. And Ashley Hudson, trained by out at Slammers Wrestling Gym in Studio City, California, by legendary Vern Langdon. They've been teaming together now for about a year and a half. 3-time NWA North American Tag Team Champs.
Nice move by Williams, going for the count. And we got 2 3/4. One more time.
Yeah, very slow 2 3/4, if you ask me.
Rick Michaels going to come in and try to break this situation up.
Choking him with the boomerang now.
Come on, Behrens.
Choking him, got him with the boomerang, hit him with the tennis racket.
I'd like to take that tennis racket and shove it where the sun don't shine. The NWA tennis racket. And he says it's courtesy of Jim Cornette.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jim's a big fan of the program and loves what Bill's been doing.
Here we go, the tag in.
As a token of his appreciation.
Nice leg drop by Ashley Hudson. And let me tell you, this group, they move like a well-oiled machine when they get on their game. Chris Champion going to push him back one more time. And see, he's calling it fair and square.
Yeah, sure, he's calling it fair and square. Except when it comes to counting pinfall, they count it real fast for them and real slow for us. Oh, come on! What, you couldn't find Nick Patrick? You couldn't find Charles Robinson, so you had to bring this guy in?
Going for the cradle, and we got 2. Should have been 3. It's a little slow count, I felt. Nice clothesline by Ashley Hudson, 1/2 of New South.
Romeo Bliss in big trouble now on the mat. Unable to get up, and Ashley goes right back to work, covers him for the fall.
And there's so many things in this situation right here, I guess, because, you know, the Rock and Roll Express come in and totally stole the NCW tag team titles, the Wildside titles, if you will. And now we brought in New South, which is the NWA North American Tag Team Champions. And the Rock and Roll Express is overseas defending my belts.
Yep.
So go figure that. I mean, this thing has just been bought and paid for since day one, and that's why Chris Champion is here.
And you know what? They're defending those titles against nothing but the best competition in the NWA. You know who they're defending them against? The Bushwhackers.
Oh, boy.
What?
You know how I'm a fan of that old school wrestling.
Hey,
Going for the cover.
another slow count by Chris Champion, but at this point, I don't even need to say that because you all see what's going on.
But I will say this, you know, not to make fun of old school wrestling, because let me tell you something. Guys like Wahoo McDaniels and Ivan Koloff and the Bushwhackers and all the other guys that was around during that day, they're the reason we're here. It's just come to a new level where the athletes are a little bit more risk takers and will do whatever it takes to score the pinfall. And now, just to educate the fans, I believe it's because the money in pro wrestling has gone to astronomical figures.
Oh, without a doubt, and we all know that wrestlers are just whores and will do whatever it takes for a payoff. But, I mean, really, to make it to that next level, you have to risk life and limb. Double DDT by Romeo Bliss. He desperately needs a tag, though.
I didn't want to say that.
The crowd getting behind him. He needs to get up and find Rick Michaels and make that tag. Is he going to do it? Kory Williams up to his feet. Ashley up on his knees. Kory's up on his feet. He's ready.
Here's the tag to Rick Michaels. He is in all over New South like a bad dream. As Ashley Hudson goes down, along with Kory Williams. And New South is in trouble here at the hands of the original chosen one, Rick Michaels. Caught elbow by Michaels.
Michaels now a house of fire taking on both members of the New South. Here's Romeo in. Romeo's in. Takes Ashley Hudson out to the floor. Bill Behrens gets out of the way. Inside the ring, Kory Williams reverses it. Meets a big boot. Face first from Rick Michaels. Michaels goes for the elbow. No one home. No one home from Kory. Goes for the super kick. Kory grabs the leg. Oh, super kick by Rick Michaels.
There
and Kory
it is.
Williams is down.
And he's got him beat. Rick Michaels has got him beat. Kory Williams is down. Romeo Bliss and Ashley Hudson is over here battling at the ring entrance at Hardcore Hell 2000. And my man Chris Champion is tied up with Bill Behrens. Behrens is always in the way.
Hey, Rick Michaels did that about 20 times earlier in the match. Turnabout's fair play. Here we go. Michaels going up. We've seen him do this many times. He's defeated many an opponent with this. The front splash.
He's got him. Come on, Champion. Turn around. Turn around. He's got him beat. Oh, and Romeo Bliss hit that steel, and I mean hard. And I mean, he got busted wide. What the hell? What the hell? He just sprayed something in the eyes of Rick Michaels and Chris Champion. He just dropped him face first. Throws him over. We got two. Oh, come on.
There's your stacked deck, Steve Martin. There's your stacked deck. This building is now NWA country.
Fans, I'm speechless.
You talked about stacking the deck, putting odds in your favor. They just beat up and jumped up and bit you on the ass, Steve. Romeo bleeding on the floor.
Romeo Bliss has been busted wide open. And I mean, fans, this guy might need help.
Oh,
and I don't want to take nothing away from
help.
this lowlife in the ring. Now, look at this, an NWA shirt. This thing has been bought and paid for by Behrens.
Damn straight it has. There's no denying it, no need to cover it up. You just hit the nail right on the head.
I'm so sick of hearing the NWA. It looks like I'm going to be hearing it a lot more, Al.
You, Mr. Owner of this building. Hey, Mr. So-called owner of this building, Mr. in charge of NCW. We just won this match. First order of business. Pull that cock-sucking NCW damn banner down.
I am very concerned about Romeo Bliss.
We want that NCW banner down. I need a rag to dry my car off with when I get done washing it. That's right. Pull that NCW bag down.
Fans, we might need And here we go. First stage coming.
The New South came into NCW territory and took over. Therefore, me mate and I are first in line for a World Tag Team Belt shot. Let me tell you something, Rick Michaels. Hey, Rick, I got something to say. Don't go away yet, boy. First of all, your house was a dump. The bed was uncomfortable. The food was horrible. It was too damn hot. The dogs barked too loud. And the sewer's pig stunk too bad outside. Right here, NWA Wildside, Georgia. I cut my teeth in this territory, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let a bush leaguer like you, a mesoid like you, come out here and try to take this fine organization run by this gentleman here, Bill Behrens, one of the greatest managers, greatest minds in the business. I give you the president of the NWA, Bill Behrens.
Now I'm going to go check on Romeo Bliss.
Vice president now, but I'll be president soon. With your support, welcome to NWA Wildside.
That's right, Bill.
And these are your North American champions. And it's a pleasure, Chris champion. We'll be back in just a moment. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the show. I know we're gonna. Bye, everybody. Oh, somebody better get Romeo Bliss some medical attention.
What a glorious moment. What a glorious moment it is, as finally, once and for all, it's been settled, and this building is now NWA territory.
You sit your big fat ass down if you keep this building open. Hey, why don't you go buy some more peroxide, you bleach blonde bitch? Sit down, you fat hammer cut. Sit your ass down. Your mother's a nigga, your daddy's a nigga too, fat bitch. Come on, bitch, come on. Wildside is for the NCW Television Championship. Introducing contestant number 1 from Johnson City, Tennessee, weighing 240 pounds, and tonight's challenger, Jesse Taylor. Kandi, weighing 217 pounds, accompanied to ringside by Jeff G. Bailey. He is the new NCW television champion, 24-karat Eddie Golden. Set the record straight right now. Yeah, shut the hell up. The only reason I would ever step foot in this God-forsaken, hell-bent Terrigan is for revenge. You know the reason I left. You know the reason I'm back. I cannot stand each and every one of you people, but I hate you even more. Yes. We have been playing mind games on you, kid, and I'm going to prove to you tonight that the win that you put on me was a fluke. You're a fluke. Cornelius a fluke. You're a bunch of inbred people. And God bless the NWA!
Welcome back to Hardcore Hell 2000 as Steve Martin and Al Getz calling this matchup. And you got for the television title, due to my orders, Jesse Taylor going up against the new champion, and he stole it as far as I'm concerned, Eddie Golden.
Yeah, you're making this man wrestle 2 times in one night. That's totally unfair. This has been one of the craziest nights I've ever been involved in. We just had a full-scale riot involving the New South. Unbelievable things I've never seen before, and we still got the cage match to go.
And I don't want to take nothing away from this matchup, but I'll guess Romeo Bliss is hurt, and I mean bad.
That's right, Romeo Bliss face first into the steel pole. He is being attended to in the back. Jesse Taylor's got a hold of Jeff G. Bailey.
There you go! Bailey goes to the floor. Eddie Golden going to turn him around, run him into that turnbuckle, and Jesse Taylor had his attention by Jeff G. Bailey.
Let's talk a little history now, though. This feud has been going on a long time, and we talk about Jesse Taylor. That's it! There it is! No! No! No!
Jesse Taylor beat Eddie Golden right here at Hardcore. Golden for the TV title right here at Hardcore Hell 2000. You don't know how happy I am to see this. Not so much that Jeff G. Bailey lost a title, but Jesse Taylor needed a win, and he needed it bad, and he got it here at Hardcore Hell 2000. Way to go, Jesse. And let me say, Jesse and I have had friction in the past when he aligned himself with Jeff G. Bailey. But it looks like that's all said and done and over with. And congratulations to Jesse Taylor and Jeff G. Bailey. I'm one up.
All right, it's time for the NCW Hardcore Hell 2000 Steel Cage Main Event. Kind of looks like home in here, let me tell you. And now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get this match on. 175 pounds. He is Super Cool Scottie Wrenn.
Fans get set. Here we go with the main event of Hardcore Hell 2000. JC Dazz and Scottie Wrenn are going to beat the hell out of each other right here at the NWA Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. JC Dazz got the steel chair. Scottie Wrenn going to cut him off and whip him harder than that steel guardrail. Man, JC Dazz just comes out with a shot to the top of the head. My God, with a steel chair. And Dazz is on fire here at the NWA Arena. Big shot to the top of the head. And as you can tell, the steel cage has been put up. Tables and chairs are legal, and they are inside the steel cage. This might be a first in pro wrestling that I remember, with tables and chairs inside the steel cage. And there goes Dazz chasing that lowlife out Getz around the ringside area. Dazz is probably the greatest competitor that ever walked in the NWA Arena for his size. And Scottie Wrenn has already been busted open at this time. He cuts the clothesline and turns around. Wrenn goes up and over. Leapfrog by Dazz. There we go, the forearm shot to the top of the head. You're not going to see much wrestling in this, fans. This is going to be an all-out fight. A 6-month feud that's been brewing and brewing over a girl at summer camp from 15 years ago. JC Dazz stole Al Guess's girlfriend. That's Al Guess's side of the story, so I know better. Here we go with a reverse neck breaker. And Scottie Wrenn in a world of trouble here, and I mean early. Dazz is going to go up top, and I mean all the way up top. And the big boot to the side of the head is blocked, and a low blow by Dazz. And you got to keep in mind that most of these rules have been thrown out the door because the steel cage has been put up, and my God, what a power slam by Scottie Wrenn. Scottie Wrenn outweighing Dazz, I'd say, by 75 pounds. Both men back up to the vertical base. Put into the turnbuckle. Up and over goes Dazz. And into the steel goes Wrenn. From side to side. Using that steel cage like a cheese grater on the forehead with a big hard clothesline. Dazz is on top of his game here tonight. And like I said, fans, this thing's been brewing for going on 6 months. And this is totally uncensored here on home video. Hardcore Hell 2000, coming from the NWA Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. Big hard clothesline by Wrenn. And Wrenn is a dangerous individual. Dazz in a world of trouble here. Comes back up, the drop to hold takedown. And like I said, fans, you're not going to see a whole lot of wrestling here. You're going to see an all-out fight inside a steel cage with a chair shot to the head. And Wrenn has been wanting this match as much as Dazz, if you can believe that. Wrenn has been running from him. And I think what happened was he got forced into this matchup. And he thought, I'm going to have to do it whether I like it or not, so I might as well get in there and fight for my life. And that's exactly what he's doing here at Hardcore Hell 2000. And that's an original move there, as he puts his head into the bottom of the table. And like I said, fans, all of this is legal, so the referee is basically there to make the count. As the wooden chair table is being put back up, Wrenn has been lacerated. I mean, he's probably going to have some stitches already. One more time into that bottom of the table. And you can see right there, Dazz been opened up too in the back of the head. And blood is all over this ring and table. And these guys are bleeding like they've been in a car wreck. They're going through the windshield. Big boot to the side of the rib cage. Follows it up with a fist to the head, and both of these guys are bleeding. And I mean, in very serious trouble here at Hardcore Hell 2000. And I believe the fans are in shock. They are looking on at this match as if they're witnessing the most brutal matchup they have ever seen, and quite possibly it might be. Wrenn up top. Nobody home on the table. Turns around, drop kicks the table into the lower midsection of Wrenn. There's a good shot at the inside of the steel cage. The NCW crew bringing you right inside. My God, what a spear. Who took him out of his boots at Hardcore Hell 2000? That was one of the most devastating spears I have ever seen in the history of pro wrestling as Dazz lands on the back of his head. This is total violence, total brutality as he goes hard in that cage. This might be one of the most sadistic matchups I've ever seen in the history of calling matches. One more time for good measure as he lands on the back of his head. This thing is getting totally carried way out of hand, just like we thought it would be. But you know, these two guys asked for the matchup. They signed the releases necessary to make it legal. And here they are at Hardcore Hell 2000 inside the steel cage with tables and chairs. We're going to set that table up in the turnbuckle there. And there's Al Getz looking on at ringside. Nothing he can do. This is one matchup I would hate to be the referee in here with these two guys that totally despise each other. Nothing he's going to do to break this situation up. Like I said earlier, he's basically there to make the count. We're about 8 minutes into this matchup, and this thing is everything we thought it would be and more. Here we go for the ride. And he's caught into that big press slam. It starts him into the cage like a lawn dart, picks him up one more time into the Scottie special. He just threw him into that steel cage like he weighed 10 pounds. This is a 195-pound guy going for the cover. We got a 2 count, and now at the last second is JC Dazz. He thought he had him there, and quite frankly, I did too. Dazz showing something he's made of here at Hardcore Hell 2000. Oh, man, come on. Going to bite him in the forehead with all that blood exposed. And people ask me every day, fans, how violent pro wrestling is. Well, let's give you an example right here. As Wrenn is cinched up, and he's going to be dropped into the powerbomb by Dazz. And you're talking about a dangerous matchup, fans. When the steel cage is brought out, this is the last go-around, the last match, we'll say, because it is the most brutal matchup in wrestling history. And let me say this is an old-timey cage, not like these new ones they build. This thing here is just a steel fence you would see out of somebody's yard. As you see, Dazz going to work on the table one more time. Tables and chairs being put inside the steel cage to help settle a score. Dazz being picked up on the shoulders of Wrenn. Throws him into that second turnbuckle. Picks him up, he's caught. And power bombs him through the table. Good God. This could go down as one of the best matchups in NCW history. Jimmy Rivers down for the count, and he kicks out. How in the hell is he kicking out? Wrestling fans, JC Dazz is one hell of an athlete, and that's just the bottom line. Oh my God, wrestling fans, I've been handed a note. Romeo Bliss is going to have to go to the hospital for medical treatment. The ambulance is waiting outside, and I'm going to go out and check on Romeo Bliss. Tim Dick's going to sit in here and call the rest of this matchup between Scottie Wrenn and JC Dazz. Hardcore Hell 2000.
How did he manage to sweep the leg out? Good block, swing and a miss. The second one connects. The third one's on the mark. Shot to the midsection. Scottie Wrenn's got him up. Power bomb. Referee a little out of position. Count of only two. Could have been three. Could have been three. Referee Jimmy Rivers a little bit out of position. Forced into the corner to make the count. But Dazz, his never say die attitude. Once again, Scottie Wrenn's got him up. Goes all the way over. DDT. DDT by Dazz. JC Dazz. Both men now just heaping hopes of how they started this match. Dazz firing up, responding to the crowd. But could this be the last gasp? Can he summon it up? He's got him for a backslide. Wrenn, though, powers him over. Count of only two. Good backslide. Good double leg sweep. Cradles his man. Flips his man over. Wrenn with a possible pinning predicament. It all goes back to wrestling. I don't care how many chairs, tables. He's got him up on the second ring rope. Russian leg sweep off the second ring rope. Rolls his man over. Count of 1, 2. Oh, 2 count once again. It all goes back to wrestling, fans. Once again, Dazz rearranging the furniture inside the steel cage. Oh, rearranging it on the back of Scottie Wrenn. The inside of the steel cage here at the NCW Arena looks like Beirut. It looks like a war zone. A tornado struck. And he's got, oh my gosh, Scottie Wrenn had better watch out because he's got matches. JC Dazz has matches, and he's got fire. He's got matches. He's got lighter fluid, and fans, it's on fire. The table's on fire. Scottie Wrenn trying to get out. Jimmy Rivers trying to put out the fire. Dazz trying to get out. Scottie Wrenn goes over through 2 tables. Scottie Wrenn goes over through 2 tables. I can't repeat what the fans are chanting, but they are absolutely stunned, as well as I, and the millions of fans around the nation who just witnessed 273-pound Scottie Wrenn to the top, count of only 2. My goodness. Dazz with the cover. Getz with, quite frankly, a feeble chair shot. Shank is on the scene. That was not a feeble chair shot, but that's a fetal position. Shank carrying off Al Getz. Scottie Wrenn trying to crawl back to his feet. Dazz. JC Dazz aiding Scottie Wrenn back into the cage. He wants it settled. He wants it settled now. They're back in the cage. The door is unlocked. The door is open. But once again, JC Dazz has lighter fluid, and he's pouring it on a chair on top of Scottie Wrenn. He's got a box of matches, and the chair's on fire on top of Scottie Wrenn. JC Dazz, big flying splash. on top of Scottie Wrenn, but it's count of three. Count of three. JC Dazz beats former teammate Scottie Wrenn in what can only be described as a classic steel cage match here at Hardcore Hell. The chapter has been written, and it's been penned by JC Dazz. Revenge was all he wanted, and it's what he got at Hardcore Hell. The fans here at the NCW Arena standing in a show of gratitude for the outstanding effort, for the sheer determination, the grit, the guts of JC Dazz, standing victorious in the middle of the ring, inside the steel cage, here at Hardcore Hell 2000. Take a bow, JC Dazz, you deserve it. You did it the hard way, which is the way of the Wildside. Fans, more great wrestling action coming up right after this timeout.